it's a ritual. That's what it is. COVID-19 is a cult or a sect, kulta. It's a belief.
Mm-hmm.
And in a cult or a sect, there's an initiation. And the initiation is a ceremony. It is something simple that you must do as a sign or signal to other people that you are in the cult. If you look historically,
Mm-hmm.
wearing a mask has always been part
Mm-hmm.
of a cult.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Always. Always.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because the cult members did not want other people to know who they were.
Mm-hmm.
Look back through history at the history of masks and their use in ceremonies, and you will see that it was occultic, it was devilish. Right. COVID-19 is a cult, and wearing a mask is your initiation ceremony into the cult. That is the psychology of the process. Once you are in, you feel good, and you feel better than everybody else. You feel part of the team, and you feel special, and you get privileges that other people don't get. You get to go into places that other people don't get to go. You get to go into special shops and you get special services. That's the psychology of it. That's the psychology of how cults work and how indoctrination works. And you know what happens at the end of the cult? You know what happens at the end? They
It is.
they they drink
It's
they
an.
drink they drink the Kool-Aid. They drink the Kool-Aid. That's what happens at the end. They drink the Kool-Aid. This is not the first time. This is not the first time this has happened. Look at all of the reincarnations of Marxism, fascism, socialism. It's not the first time. Um, what does the CO stand for? Communism? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's. Where does it come from? It comes from a communist country. There you go. The communist virus. It's it, it, it it's part of the process. That's what it is. It's part of the process. It's not the whole process, but it's part of the process. It's a way to get people involved. It's a way to bring people into the group, to offer them privileges and advantages um, and really to make them feel different, to make them feel special. And I think some people wear masks because they have to because of their work. Some people wear masks because they're nice people and they want to be helpful to other people. I understand that. But a lot of people wear them because they're told to and they don't think twice about it. Every time I go into the local shop here, every time there's a little announcement that says, by law, all people who enter the shop must wear a mask. There's no law. Do you understand? There's no law. Do you think the people who made the advertisement, the people who made the announcement, do you think that they don't know what they're doing? Right? Do you think the person who puts the poison in the drink doesn't know that they're putting the poison in the drink when that's their job to put the poison in the drink? Right? Sheep follow sheep. Sheep need to follow the shepherd, not the sheep. People need examples of good leadership, which to a certain extent is servant leadership, but you need the real kind, being a real kind of servant, being the real kind of service, not serving Satan, but serving God, right? Serving what you know, rather than serving what you don't know.
Mhm.
'Cause I've said for years, if you don't know who you're working for, then you have to assume that you're working for the devil. If you don't know, you have to assume that you're working for the devil because you don't know. You just have to assume that. I mean, it's right. The same way that you put a seatbelt on when you sit in a car, or you take a life jacket with you when you go on a boat, or whatever, right? You've got to assume the default position is that in these situations there might be an accident, and it's better and safer to take some form of precaution there. But that's only good up to a point as well. It's only good up to a point where we make life more and more safe and more and more safe and more and more safe. And then eventually we don't have any adventure. We don't have any fun. We don't have any, we don't go out anywhere. We don't go to restaurants. We don't go to bars. We don't go to gyms. We don't go to sports events. We don't go to concerts. Yeah, and so that's a war on consciousness, because it's a war on how we feel,
Mhm.
and it's a war on the things that make us feel good. And if we don't understand it's a war, then we don't know what's happening,
Mhm.
and we just think, oh well, it's only for a short period of time.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
Do you believe that anymore? Do you really believe that when somebody says, "Oh, it's 2 weeks. No, it's 3 weeks. No, it's 4 weeks." Just
Mhm.
somebody who's lied to you once will lie to you again, and you can't tell a lie to just one person. A lie to one person is a lie to everybody. So um, it's hard. It's hard. But
Mhm.
there are ways around it. There are ways to understand the light. Look, here's the example again. I didn't finish what I was going to say earlier about life and death, right? Let me that in the Christian principle of life and death, you don't die. You don't die. You if you are good, you live beyond life. You have an afterlife, and in the afterlife, you get an opportunity to meet with the people you love again. And most people don't understand how powerful that is. This is really powerful. It's really powerful. Because you can say to people, and by people I really mean children, yeah.
Mhm.
You can say to children, when you die, that's it. There's nothing else. And that's it's a very it's a very nihilistic way of
Mhm.
looking at the future. That
Mhm.
there will be a lot of work, and at the end of the work, you will die. Well, gee, mom, dad, thanks a lot. Right? Um, or you can say to them, you will live your life, short, long, whatever, when God decides that time is time. You know, that is your time. You will go and you will pass on. But where you pass on, if you are good, you will be allowed to meet the people you love again. You'll be allowed to meet your parents. You'll be allowed to meet your friends. You'll be allowed to meet your children.
Mm.
That's a very powerful idea,
Mhm.
that death is not the end. It's just bringing another opportunity for
Oh.
you to have time with the people that you love. And whether or not it is true, we have to say that we don't know because we haven't been there yet. But there's nothing wrong, I think, with holding the belief that it's possible.
Mhm.
And I think it has two very important purposes. One, it makes us not fear death. And two, it makes us live the best life that we can live. And most people live in fear of something.
Mm.
And this gets people beyond the fear. And at this moment in time, if it works, it works. You know, at a time when the world is in desperate need of faith and love and hope and
Mhm. Mhm. No, okay.
and all of the
Mm.
positive elements, um, we need that now more than ever. We need more churches, not less churches.
Mm.
We need more people reading great works, whether it's the text of any religion which has some value to it, whether you're a Sikh or a Hindu or Muslim
Mhm.
or I don't know what else exists, Rastafarian or whatever, anything that brings light into life,
Mhm.
all of those things, or whether it's just a great work of literature, whether somebody wants to read Moby Dick or The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn or Common Sense or any of the writings by the founding fathers of the United States or any religious commentaries which can be as good as the Bible itself in terms of explaining what is there. Um, and we need that. We need that in the world. We need the positivity. We need the
Mm.
positive examples because almost everything is just pumping out negativity, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's hard. Look, I've got access to all
Mm.
the music in the world, right? All
Mhm.
the music ever created. And I was looking for some positively motivational Christian songs for my children.
Mhm.
And I have I have a good knowledge of music, right? And I've been through a lot of music, and I was looking for something with a positive message for my children, and I could I could find like one album, like one. Actually, I've got
Mhm.
two. And I'm talking about I have knowledge of hundreds of thousands of albums and access to them directly as well.
Mhm.
But they're not giving a positive message. They're not giving a positive message.
Mhm. Mhm. That's important.
99.99999% of music does not give a positive message.
Mhm.
Um, a positive message of hope for the future, um, uh, not some silly love song or something that doesn't make any sense, right? Um,
Mm.
and there's a lot of that. There's a lot of I'm in love with the shape of you, push and pull like a magnet. And it's like, what is what are you talking about? What is that, right?
Mm.
Um, it's just rubbish. It's just throw it away, garbage. It's It has no, it doesn't lift people up. There's not much that does. And I could find 2 albums. In the entire history of music created in the whole world, I could find 2 albums that had songs of a positive religious Christian message, which had nice lyrics and nice music, and it all connected together. Everything else was just didn't make any sense to me. Didn't make any sense to me. A lot of things don't make sense to me. They don't make sense to me at all. And that just doesn't make any sense to me. Think about it. It's not logical. Let me tell you something else that's not logical. I'll give you something else that's not logical, right? This bothers me. This really bothers me. So I was thinking about this. I was thinking about Christmas, and I was thinking about how do you celebrate Christmas positively from a real Christian perspective, not just on the surface, but deeply Christian understanding. How do you celebrate it? You notice how they're trying to cancel Christmas everywhere, right? They're trying to sweep Christianity to the side, trying to make people forget, right? I was thinking, like, what is the core of Christmas? And I was thinking about, well, Christmas. What is Christmas? Christmas is the Christ Mass. It's the birthday of Jesus Christ. Now, obviously, he wasn't born on the 25th of December. We don't know when he was born. So it's Christ's birthday. Now, so I was thinking, like, what do people do on their birthday? Like, on my birthday, I get presents from my friends. And on my friend's birthday, I give them presents because they're my friends. So on Jesus' birthday, do we give Jesus presents? We don't, do we? I would give you a present, you would give me a present, but neither of us would give a present to Jesus. It's not right, is it? So Jesus, it's not my birthday. It's Jesus' birthday.
I understand.
Yeah? and this is what we don't.
Philosophy.
But it's true. It's real. It's true. This is what we do. And this is what we teach children. We teach children that it's Jesus' birthday, but we don't give him a present. It's Jesus' birthday, but he gave us everything. So everything should be for us. I mean, that's not Christian. That's not Christian at all. Now, I'm not saying don't give something to somebody if you want to give something to somebody, but I am saying get it right. Don't give something to somebody else before you give something to Jesus, because it's his birthday. And everybody's acting like Christmas is their birthday. It's not. It's not my birthday. It's not your birthday. It's not his birthday. It's not her birthday.
Yes, I understand.
It's Jesus' birthday. Where are the gifts for Jesus?
What you give to Jesus? Čo mu dáš?
Well, you can give to the church. You can give to the children, right? You can go to the local hospital. You can see what the children's hospital is. You can. You first give to or go to the local church and ask the local church what they need, or go to the local pastor and ask the pastor what. It's Christmas, but nobody goes to church. I mean, what the hell is that? What is that? What's wrong with that? I mean, or when I say nobody, it's not true. A lot of people do go to
Mm.
church, but
Mhm.
but a lot of people don't as well,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
they still celebrate Christmas, and that's just crazy. That's just crazy. That makes no sense. It makes no sense to celebrate Christmas if you are not first giving something to Jesus,
Mhm.
because then it's empty and it doesn't matter at all. And
Mhm.
that is a lesson that adults need to teach to children.
Mhm.
They're not teaching it. It's a lesson the church needs to teach to people, and the church is not teaching it. Yeah, it's it's not your day. It's His day, and we've got it wrong. We've got it all wrong. Right? Share the time with your family. Yeah, it's a good thing to do.
Mm.
Um, share what you have. It's a good thing
Mm.
to do. If you want to get a gift for somebody, that's okay as well. But that's step two. Step one is
Mhm.
understand why we're here and why it exists, and how you watch very, very carefully all the media, the newspapers, the magazines, the internet, the radio, the television. They'll tell you Christmas is about you. It's about you and the gifts and the money and the shopping, and it's not.
Mhm.
It's not at all.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a great educational opportunity there, and it's it's missed. I mean, I'm 46 years old and I've never heard anybody say that. I've been on this planet for 46 years and I've never heard anybody say that Christmas is Jesus' birthday. It's His day. Give to Him.
Mhm.
Never heard anybody say that.
Mm.
Uh, so there's there's a lot that we have to learn
Mhm.
about 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 the world and the way that it works, and the way that we all think it's automatic. It's
Mhm.
not automatic. Nothing is automatic. Everything is part of a design or a scheme or a plan
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
something, and it's not a bad thing. It's just it's good to be organized, and it's good to have plans, and it's good to be creative, and it's good to come together like that.